And that leads us to the current Multnomah County Chair, Deborah Kafoury. As chair, Deborah Kafoury is the chief executive officer of Multnomah County, setting policy and priorities. She's a member of a prominent Portland family. Her mother, the late Gretchen Kafoury, was a Portland and Multnomah County commissioner. Chair Deborah Kafoury, welcome to Eye on Northwest Politics.
Thanks, Ken. It's good to be here.
Now, let's talk about what happened this week in terms of Mark Jolin stepping down. What's your understanding of why he's leaving the joint office, and what does that mean in terms of the county's homeless efforts?
Well, Mark has been with the county and with the joint office since its inception. I literally chose him to be the first director of the joint office after it was founded by myself and then City Commissioner Dan Saltzman. And he's had a good run and he's tired. And I think that everyone wishes him the best and giving him some much needed time to relax, recover, and get ready for whatever his next adventure is.
How much coordination is there between Multnomah County and the city of Portland on homeless issues? And are the responsibilities different?
Yes, they are different. And there is a lot of coordination. I think, in fact, the coordination between the city and the county has never been stronger than it is today. There are some differences, and even though we have co-founded this joint office for homeless services, there are still pieces that are retained at the city. The city is still responsible for trash cleanup, and they're responsible for sidewalk management. Those are not issues in the county's purview. And the county has responsibility in areas around behavioral health and around other social services. We're the social safety net for our community. So while we come together for the joint office, we also retain very distinct job descriptions.
Why has it been so difficult to find places for the homeless to go?
Well, I think that we have done really a commendable job of getting people into shelter and into housing. By the time I leave office at the end of this year, we will have tripled the number of shelter beds since when I first took office. And after the COVID restrictions lift, which should be thankfully very soon, we will have more than 2,000 shelter beds. That's compared to the 650 that we had when I took office. But we know that it's not just shelter. We also need to get people into permanent housing. That's what actually ends their homelessness. And we have, even just since July of last year, put 1,700 people into permanent housing. And that's not building new housing. That some of that is building, but it's getting people into already existing apartments. So we're really doing all of the above, and we know that we need to do more, and you will see more efforts and more action in the coming months.
Can you give us an idea of what those actions might be? Because when you go out, especially on the streets of Portland, you see so many people who are still in tent cities and out on the street. Is this problem just too big for us to deal with?
Well, you will see fewer tents on the streets in the coming months. There's no doubt about it. We are opening motels. We've purchased some motels with the COVID dollars that we received. We've been utilizing them as short-term shelter during the pandemic, but we're going to be converting some of them into long-term permanent housing. We also are going to be opening up more of the villages, we call them villages or other types of outdoor shelters. And then we are going to continue to get people into permanent housing, and we're going to be doing a big outreach effort to connect with landlords in our community to let people know that we have dollars to pay rent for people. We just need some spaces. It has been a really challenging time for all of us, for people who are housed, for people who are not housed. And one of the things that I think that really is missing from this conversation is stopping the blame, the finger pointing, and stopping, the mass hysteria, and start focusing on what we know works. And we do know what works. it's not about this housing versus shelter conversation. We know we need both, and that's what we're working on.
You mentioned the safe rest villages. What's your opinion on safe rest villages, and what role, if any, would Multnomah County play in establishing them?
Well, the safe rest villages are our City Commissioner Dan Ryan's pet project, and we know he's working very hard to get those up and running, he and his team. He's working very closely with the Joint Office. Mark Jolin and his team have been working to help get providers for those villages and helping them find sites. And then the county is going to help with the same way that we do with all of our shelters, is offering people who are living in those shelters or staying in those shelters access to services so that they can move into permanent housing.
Were you surprised that Mayor Wheeler's office is just now streamlining the bureau process to deal with the homeless issues?
Well, I think it's an important step. I mean, it is, you asked earlier about how do the city and the county work together, and it is hard to work with the city. I think anybody who's tried to get a project through the city or tried to do some work in Portland knows that going to each different bureau and each different city commissioner can be very challenging. And I remember back years ago when we were building the Selwood Bridge, and we had to talk with Parks Department, we had to talk with BDS, we had to talk with the mayor's office, and sometimes you would get contradictory information. And one bureau would say yes, and one bureau would say no. And then how do you deal with that when there's not one person kind of leading the whole effort? So, you know, I think it's an important step, and I think that it's really the only step that the city can do right now is to make sure that there's one point of command at the city to work with the county and work with the community to clean up our town.
The indoor mask mandate ends at the end of this week. Is this the right time for that, and could we have gotten here sooner?
Well, I think we can all be proud of ourselves, actually, here in Multnomah County. We have one of the lowest rates of death in the entire state, and Oregon has one of the lowest rates in the entire nation. So the mandates that we've had, the mask mandates, people getting vaccinated, 80% of our community has been vaccinated, and that is really commendable. So we deserve a round of applause. We should all be patting ourselves on the back and saying, you've done a really good job. That has translated into us being in this position right now where we are ready to lift the mask mandate. I do think it is important, though, to remember that it was just almost exactly 2 years ago, March 10th, almost exactly 2 years ago today, that the first case was found in Multnomah County. We have had over 100,000 county residents test positive, and those are just tests that we know of, and over 1,000 people have died. So it has been a really challenging couple of years, but we are ready to move to the next step, and that is to lift the mask restrictions. That doesn't mean, though, that we are going to go immediately back to business as usual. I think people still need to take precautions, and if you're vulnerable, if you have underlying health issues, it's probably still a good idea to wear a mask. But for the vast majority of us, we can get rid of our masks.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Multnomah County Chair Deborah Kafoury, I appreciate you joining me on Eye on Northwest Politics.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.